Hello, it's Matt Heaton here, and I had a request to talk a little bit about playing in the key of C. Some of the so what this is gonna be. We're in drop D tuning, but we want to play in C because somebody asked us to play in C. Now, obviously, the out of the box C chord doesn't have that the sound we're looking for, shall we say? So here is what I do a lot of. I'm going to try to get so you can see my hand. For C major, I'm going to play out of a position that it's out of the C chord. I'm just tweaking it a little bit. So first of all, putting the pinky on the 3rd fret G up on the 1st string, and then the first finger goes on the C on the 2nd fret B, open G like normal, and then the ring finger goes to the C down here, and then you're muting the 4th string. So it's muting the, or just avoiding the low D. So I've got C G C G. Right? So that's a nice C chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to milk this as much as we can while leaving these 2 fingers down the whole time. So that's going to be kind of your drone. So you got your C here. If you wanted to go to an F chord, if you want a kind of nice light feeling F, a higher F, you just move this finger, the 3rd finger, up to the F note there. And again, I'm actually kind of muting the. I mean, you could have that G, you could have this G open, or you can kind of mute it. And so that little move, the C, and then there I put down the E. It's just kind of a passing chord to get up to the F. And then you can... What is this chord when I play the open D? It can kind of function as a few things. It could function as a G chord if you need it. It can function as a D chord if you need it. But mostly it just feels kind of like you're making a line. I guess I suppose it's being a G more than anything. And then this, so now playing the B note, 2nd fret, 5th string. So essentially, I've got like a little. And then, if you think of, you got the 3 notes on each string on the 5th and the 4th string that are all going to work. So the open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and then open, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, all while you leave this down. So you got. So if you wanted to play like, 1 chord, 6 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord. So that's C, and then A minor. For A minor, I am fretting the E note on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So it's open, 2nd fret, open, 1st fret, 3rd fret. Also, you can if you play that F, you can play that F with an A below it. It's a beautiful sound. And then your G chord is here. Now, notice I have not touched the low string at all. So all of that will work whether you're in standard or in drop D. Then if you really want a big G chord, you just gotta leave the position. And then you start getting, so then if we want to start incorporating the low string, remember that if you're playing in drop D, this D and that D, everything's fingered, everything's the same. So any finger that you put down on this string, you could put down on that string. So a nice F would be that, maybe. Would be, so F, mute, F, third fret, and then a G, C. This is a nice chord. So there's my F, G, and my C. I don't know why I'm playing all jigs, but I am. So here's C, then here's A minor, and then a big F, and then a big G, and then back to our C. And for all of that, I'm kind of leaving the first finger down on the string. If not in the same place, obviously I have to move for the G chord, but I can still leave it there for everything else. Beautiful, if you, kind of a D minor 7 sound, which would be like, looks like an F chord, and then you add the two low strings. Nice voicing in there. You can also do this if you want to. There's your C, and then put the E down there on the second fret of the low string. And that makes kind of a C over E voicing, which takes you to that F. Right. And so that, to be honest, you can get an awful lot of mileage out of that. This shape also works up here in the key of G. Obviously, you don't have the open strings, but you can. It's a lovely shape. Could kind of work in F, although I don't really use it in F so much. But it, that's one of those things that you can kind of move it around the instrument and see if it works somewhere else. Definitely works great up in a G position, which would be taking this shape, this C shape, and then moving it up to the 8th fret, so that your first finger is on the 8th fret, but you're making the same shape. So you got your 1 chord, your 4 chord, your 5 chord, 1 chord. So hopefully that is mildly helpful. But that would be my first instinct when playing in C. Besides asking the fiddle player, why are you doing this to me? No, just kidding. C is beautiful. It's a great. It's fantastic to have some good C voicings without a capo, because then C and G obviously go lovely together, and gives you an entree into some F tunes. So maybe next time we'll talk about F.